Mr. Eckstein. Mr. Shear.
Good morning, members of the board and Dr. Smith. Thank you for the opportunity to testify here today. My name is Bradley Shear, and I'm an MCPS parent, and I'm testifying on behalf of my two children, and I'm also here on behalf of every student that is currently attending MCPS schools and every student who will be attending MCPS schools in the future. I'm also a lawyer who focuses on digital privacy and technology issues, and I'm also a member of the MCCPTA subcommittee on Safe Tech. I'm asking the Board of Education to publicly support National Student Data Deletion Day, which will help ensure that our students are not discriminated against because of the digital data that MCPS and their vendors are collecting on our students. I started this initiative last year after the state of Maryland's 2015 Student Data Protection Act was gutted by some of the same vendors that MCPS and other public school districts actually contract with. And also because one of my kids was falsely accused by his teacher of performing an inappropriate internet search in second grade, which was actually caused by Google's autocomplete function. Our public schools have become a honeypot for hackers, and they're being increasingly targeted by cyber criminals and others who want access to our students' personal information. During this school year already, we have seen at least one publicly confirmed cyber attack against MCPS, and the school system is a prime target due to the wealth of information that it collects and stores on students and their families. Technology vendors such as Google and Edmodo have already been caught intentionally misleading school districts, parents, and teachers about the privacy practices and their tracking of students and their families. And the increased data collection by MCPS vendors creates greater expense for more digital storage, along with there's an increased legal and economic liability for our taxpayers who directly bear the burden and the costs of any lawsuits for any data breaches or inappropriate usage of our children's personal information by third-party vendors. I believe that we all can agree that grades, attendance, address information, and those data points need to be saved. However, there's no legitimate reason why the internet search history, the personal student emails, or the number of times my child buys a dessert in the lunch line needs to be saved indefinitely. Some public school systems keep student internet search history for just 60 days. In contrast, MCPS has a third party called GoGuardian that collects this information, and this data is saved indefinitely. These practices pose a privacy and security risk for MCPS students and their families. Last year, I actually requested that my son's internet information that GoGuardian was collecting was to be deleted, and unfortunately, they sent me a letter back that said the data may be either deleted or de-identified. That creates a security risk and a privacy risk for my kids, and the challenge was that I had to ask for it. Parents should not have to ask for it. These things should be automatically deleted every year or on a much regular interval. And I want to thank the board for listening to me here today, and thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Shear.